we can edit this a little bit later. Everybody, I am in Arizona. This is where my dad is from, and our family have been so lovely to have me stay. And I just wanted to share my truth. I am a creative in multiple forms, and it has been really challenging for me to stay connected to one form of art or form of music or form of creativity. It's like I've been weaving a tapestry of myself literally together, realistically together for many, many years. It's like all these arts and creative processes led me to also find how to thread and restructure myself back together as well. And without these, I may never have done that. So I'm very grateful for this, for the opportunity to share this with you. I have been doing some form of, some form of energy work with movement and sound and art, and just energy work is, it's eternal. It's all the time. It's in every sort of way. And yourself, will you speak with me? I am here to show you all what it's like to live a life where your life is true and pure and happy. And I'm here to be the person who's put myself through these rituals and through these practices so that I could little by little change my lifestyle from being an inauthentic person in different ways that I didn't even realize I was being, as a people pleaser and as a person who sometimes wanted to get things her own way and was stubborn, and learned the hard way, even when it came down to having situations of mishap, date rape, traumas, and other horrendous items that would shock anybody. In addition to those things, job loss, home loss, accidents, car accidents, bodily problems, illness, and disease. So I'm here to share these practices with you all, not to sway yourself to learn or to believe or to know these things for yourself just because I'm sharing them with you, but to have another outsource, to have another source of knowing that a person actually did clear these things from herself and find her truth. And it's taken a really long time. I'm not going to say it's been easy. It's been one of the hardest things I've ever done. And we say your inner journey is maybe the hardest journey you ever take, besides, whereas most people think it's your outer journeys. I think it's your outer journeys lead you to these inner journeys. And some of us, when we decide to go inside ourselves to start to heal or meditate and figure out why are these things keep happening, when we start looking at our own selves in life. So I could start with a story about mosquitoes. Those people find mosquitoes that they have nothing. What's the point of them? And I believe that everything has a purpose in life. I believe that every human, every being, every insect, every bird, everything, every grain of sand has a purpose. Even if it's just a state of being that they're in, but that they provide in the cycle of life. And mosquitoes come around us to help us release energies and toxins in our body, to unblock. It's like little acupuncture it's like little acupuncture needles that come in and remove these little pieces of ourselves. Mo, come back over here, please. Just be careful, okay? Be careful. Find light, divine protection, divine steps around me too. And when these mosquitoes go in, they start to unlock these energetic blocks that we all seem to have in certain places. You'll start to notice, if you feel into it or look at it next time you're getting bit, that there's several parts of your body that these insects will bite at, and it seems to be the same spots for over time. Sometimes all over your body, sometimes it's in certain areas. So if you want to look up the why, then start looking up the why, basically by acknowledging that, why does this keep happening to you? Okay, so what is blocking you or creating havoc in your life? And maybe there's all these different areas, right? And all these different areas, it's giving me energy to talk about this. What do I want to be doing? Why do I feel tired? What doesn't want me talking about it? Somebody doesn't want me talking about this stuff? I feel like stuff's around my head. Oh, gosh. There's symbols in life all around us. Here are 3 seed pods, ruby red, right from the tree above me or somewhere else. Can you see and find the beauty in these, or you just look at them as like, eh? But to me, this is how I start to create life, from life itself. And I start to see it originally, right, as I looked at it as like a shaker. And I saw it as a really cool earring, perhaps up here or right here, or even like pieces like in a necklace. And nature inspires me all of the time, how it is and what it does and what it looks like. It's just beautiful. And in different lights even, you'll see here. And then when we maybe go, even though it's a little hazy out today, this way, maybe you'll see it in a different light, a little different coloring and so forth. So my pleasures come in with this creative process of how we could take something so simple as these 4, and I'm going to say, because I don't know what kind of seed pods they are. They look like little hearts. And the stem in green and red, and be inspired by it and make something from here. And as long as my wellness is in check and I'm feeling good, I'm eating well, I slept well, I'm taking care of all these pieces. And at the time, I was working on jewelry and in different areas, costumes and all sorts of things, and in design and films and theaters, and apprenticed with goldsmiths, metalsmiths, silversmiths. And sometimes our best judgment gets a hold of us because we just keep pushing towards our goals in work and life and finances. And we don't see the warning signs, in a sense, of our own health. And when we don't do that, our health starts to go down. And so as an artist and as a creative, I've personally known that this has been a problem, an issue in my life in the past, and I didn't really know how to heal from it. Hey, Mo. I didn't know how to like clearly state what I needed to do to help the, I'm gonna say, rigmarole, but the challenge of the inconsistent income and the inconsistent belief, in a sense, that, well, I'll just keep going, eventually like it'll pan out and I'll make more money and I'll get more fame, in a sense, just more, because you, in order for you to be successful as a creative, you have to be known by people. You have to be in the public eye more. Where your art does, your music does, something has to be like caught and given the attention by the public in so many ways, and it's exhausting. Sometimes when you're not only just able to work on that, because you also have to work another job because you're trying to make money to stabilize yourself and secure your life so that you can eat. And I found it very difficult, sometimes specifically during the recession, to keep these creative jobs and or just regular jobs because no one was really hiring. So when we go through these challenges in our life, from stuff that we could be in control of or not, we find ourselves in a lot of trouble sometimes, with multiple ways, and then the stress um, accelerates in a sense sometimes, or it gets way overwhelming, and then we end up getting sick. It might just be a cold or a headache or a stomach ache, but over time it progresses and it gets worse, and then it becomes illness and disease. So for myself, I found that the creative side of me was what nourished my soul. It was something that I did because I enjoyed it. I do it because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel light. It helps to process things. And sometimes I'm so bogged down with work stuff that I don't even get to create, and that's not natural to me. So it makes me sick feeling. Um, so it became more of my day job, but then there's this financial inconsistency because it seems like we as creatives don't think, because we're told, I think to some degree in all society, is that artists are starving artists, and you know, they don't have much worth, or we don't have much worth, or we think that we could be starving artists, or whatever the scenarios are. There's a lot of sayings, but as a society we don't value, and I don't think most artists for a long time have been valued until you reach a certain threshold somehow, or you come from money and you're supported in certain ways. So I built and Ashes to Grace as me needing a space, honestly, and desiring a space that not only helped me learn about the wellness and the and the energetics and how to live a good life and how to support yourself and how to remain stable and secure in those life skills and financial development, and two, also a place to learn new skills and how to create more from other practitioners and teachers and artists and creatives and healers and everyone community wise that could come together and support each other in learning each thing from other people. And then by doing that, this would help eliminate the depression and anxiety, because we'd be, as a society, one, supporting each other, two, finding our joys and our purpose, three, teaching each other and sharing that knowledge, which hasn't been a thing that we've been doing for many years, specifically in the United States, and four, starting to get ourselves away from these places and parts that have no integrity, and also are working without, or working this way, you're not working within a stressful environment. So we could start to change how we as a generation of humans start to live, not from a place of stress, not from a place of burnout, not from a place of challenge or anything, but from a place of challenge and eustress, not stress. A challenge from creativity, a challenge from purpose, a challenge from being able to do better because you choose to empower yourself, to strengthen yourself, and have fortitude and grace and the gratitude to get through it all. And so we don't end up like our parents, or our parents, where at the end of our life we either have regrets or we have sickness that we didn't deal with. Because if you're young and you're dealing with the stuff that you're going through when you're going through it, and you keep doing that process, eventually you just are living a life and you're making the best choices you can in the moment. And I found for myself, and I find for myself still, that this is the most epic thing that I could have uncovered in my lifetime. And it's been almost, or a little at, or over 12 years now of me practicing this personally, not just with what I was raised with or other people had shown me, but a daily ritual. And those rituals gaining and practicing more and more as I grew. So I want to share these rituals with the right people, but I also want to bring the practitioners together so that we can, as a whole, start creating a new generation of humans that are healthy and kind and loving and peaceful around the world, not just in one area or one specific thing or sect of people. And by empowering each other, we not only can feel better ourselves, but we're empowering everyone around us and they're empowering us. So we have like a new friend and family system as well, or a combination of old and new. And it's really a beautiful thing to have support, no matter who you are, and to learn and go through the areas in which there's a self-denial going on, or there's ridicule or anything that just doesn't feel right, and going through it. So it takes a warrior, self-warrior, to go through these pieces, and peacefulness too, and understanding and strength and compassion and patience and perseverance. It's just something that has to be said to be done. And my wish is that this helps to change the world, helps to support people exactly where they're at, helps to bring them right into a focus of who they are and what they're wanting to do and build, and help them to believe in themselves again. I hope you guys to believe in yourselves again. And from here, we learn and grow together and envision this new world, your own new world within your life, and stay within this space. And this is what's going to help all of us collectively build the new world, because we're all envisioning what we truly desire and want. And if you don't know what that is just yet, that's okay. It took me a long time to figure that out, and there's still moments I'm not clear on. So we have to come from a state of knowing that there's confusion, knowing that there's a cloud, knowing that there's time frame between now and that day of clarity, or those days, years of clarity. Because like layers come off and some clarity comes in. So to really sit within your truth and decipher between what is my truth, what is the truth anymore. And I just want to get these messages out there. So somehow, some way, I'll start putting these online and believe in myself even better. So thank you for watching, and thank you for coming to my video series and starting to get involved with me. And if you'd like to contribute, or as a teacher, or as an audience, patient, practitioner, client, student, whatever you'd like to be, just message us, message me, and we can go from here. I'll leave some details on the video. Much love. Have a great day. Ciao.